I'd rather see how this girl will solve the problem this time. How can I miss such a good show? Those disciples are the third elder's disciples, right? Xie Yan had been in the I Ching establishment to practice the finger of flowery swords, and they called Wang Xiaoming Master Xie. When they saw me they panicked, if I guessed correctly. The one who appeared out of nowhere, Wang Xiaoming, was Xie Yan, right? In fact, I had vaguely sensed something before, whether it was the kung fu you had demonstrated or the unobvious details of our daily life together, all of which made me a little suspicious of your identity. But if he is Xie Yan, who are you? You tell me, my dear Xie, is it just my wishful thinking? I really am not Xie Yan. I am the direct disciple of the Matriarch of the Demon Sect, Qin Xinxi. Qin Xinxi, the magical dignified beauty? It turns out that you are Qin Xinxi, who is the same magical dignified as Xie Yan. I have always regarded you as an imaginary enemy, and I wondered why I didn't see you when I came to the Demon Sect, so that's why. Why did it have to be Qin Xinxi? So do you hate me? You have the magical dignified Prince Xie Yan with you, so why should you care what I think? You must think I'm ridiculous, being played by you. Xie Yan and I do have a very close relationship. Xie Yan is the person I kidnapped and brought the Demon Sect. I was the most surprised that he had made it to where he is today. Then why are you entangled with me? Go find him. Feng Yang, listen to me. I want to tell you a story. Would you like to hear it? Secret of Joy Technique, Flowery Field. Do you still do this? If I don't listen, will you kill me? What nonsense. How can I do anything to you, just talking to you, not to be disturbed by others? Where to start? There was a girl who was talented and smart, and has an unparalleled appearance. She was one of the kids of the Demon Sect. At that time, the sect was troubled by internal and external conflicts, and strong enemies were all around. Under such circumstances, she was accepted as a Daik disciple by the Matriarch, and everyone had high hopes for her. Practice, practice, and do nothing but practice for more than 10 years. Her life was boring and fulfilling. Fortunately, her hard work paid off. She became one of the most talented youngsters of her generation. People in all corners of the world praised her, and she earned glory for the sect. But she wasn't the best one. The first acquired 9H layer Yan Ryu, the first innate second layer Xie Daoyun. Di Xiaoyao of the imperial family, Ji Yuntao, who is praised as the foremost person of the younger generation. Also Xie Yan, who came out of nowhere. Righteous and demonic sects, imperial family and imperial court, she is not the only one who is proud of her talent, and once she slacks off, she will be left far behind. Therefore, in order to promote her cultivation, she changed the way of practice, from the way of wickedness and virtue to the way of the taking of life force, and borrowing the power of others, she finally successfully advanced to the innate realm. Are you trying to tell me that Xie Yan is just a tool for your cultivation? I don't believe it. It's said that you two are a perfect match made for each other. Xie Yan and I relationship can't be said in just a few sentences. I coaxed him to become my honeypot, to take his virtuous body and try to use it for myself. Later, he repeatedly saved the Demon Sect from fire and water, and won my master's appreciation. And the relationship between us became more complicated. He is no longer a tool at my mercy, but an existence that can sit on an equal footing with me and stand at the same height, and it only took him 2 years to do so. He is a true cultivation genius. I envy him, and sometimes I want to destroy him. Among the 5 beauties and 5 princes, the person I least want to lose to is Xie Yan, and even I often wonder if I can regain control of him as long as I am strong enough. Because of him, I have advanced to the acquired 9th layer and to the innatest layer, and because of him I have developed inner demons and fallen into a bottleneck, making it difficult for me to advance in my cultivation. So I started traveling the world, looking for a chance to break through. Just out of an emotion that I can't explain myself, I pretended to be Xie Yan and tried to use his method to have a different experience. Xie Yan, so your favorite is Xie Yan, you liar! No, traveling around the world is the happiest time for me, whether it's fighting against Pinger for 2 days and 1 night, or traveling across the mountains together with Xia Guang, or listening to Yao Niang's pipa playing in the water town of Jiangnan. Even competing with Guofu for a deadly phoenix butterfly made me never get tired of it. I thought it was the thrill of playing Yan Xia and meeting people in a completely different capacity. But I didn't know that until I met you, that I was wrong. We travel together and share similar interests. With one action, we can know what the other party wants to do, and with one look, we can understand the other party's inner thoughts. I thought about confessing and telling you the truth so that we could still be friends. But every time I see your innocent and loving eyes, I will change my mind and choose to continue to hide the truth. I am selfish, unwilling to change the beautiful dream constructed by this lie. Every now and then I think, if only I were a man, even if it wasn't Xie Yan, as long as I was a man, I could justifiably be with you. I finally realized why I want to associate with Pinger, Guofu and the others, and why I didn't want to tell you the truth. Because I love you. But it's too late. Now it is not a matter of just the two of us, but a matter of the two sects. You joined the marching sect for me. I don't want to see your disappointed eyes, and I can't let the sect be in crisis because of me, so I can only continue to hide it, until now. I was so scared that you would know the truth, but when you did, I felt relieved that at least I wouldn't have to keep it to myself. Feng Yang, I always owe you an apology. You must be disgusted when you are entangled with me like this and recognize the real me. Sorry, I will not pester you anymore, marching sect. If you want to leave, I won't stop you. If you want to stay, I will explain the situation to Master, and I won't appear in your sight again in the future. Feng Yan, see you, no, goodbye. Feng Yan? I won't let you go. Who said that I hate you? I love you and it has nothing to do with gender. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, as long as it is you, Qin Xinzi. Listen carefully, I like you, and only you. I like you even if you are a woman. So stop talking nonsense about leaving. I forgive you. You don't have to apologize either. Feng Yan, I'm sorry, I'm so happy. I hate it. Didn't I say you don't have to apologize? Feng Yan, you are so kind. This TM also works? It was so easy for that girl to fool her. I dare say Li Fingjiao is really naive, but why do I feel that this girl coaxing Li Fingjiao is very familiar? After a while, Qin Xinzi's boudoir. Your precise strikes, combined with the right amount of melodrama, your retreats and defensive maneuvers, were brilliant. You were indeed peeping just now. It's too ugly to say peeping. I'm not worried that you will be beaten, so I'm watching silently beside you. The women I look for myself, of course I know what they are. Okay, I've solved the trouble. What do you want to say? Madam, I saw that you gave Li Fingjiao a breakthrough pill. The mysterious yang fruit was discovered by Feng Yang, and it was thanks to Feng Yang that we could make her the medicinal pill, so she had a share of the pills that were made. Of course I know that. What about me? You and I are a couple. I didn't say I wouldn't give it to you. Xinzi will give it to you right away after double cultivation. Madam, apart from double cultivation, can't you have other pursuits? Xinzi pursues this only, and if the husband is unwilling, then don't talk about it. By the way, after the disciples of the marching sect have advanced to the innate realm, they need to accept the examination of the elders in the sect. Before, the sect master came in person, but isn't the master in seclusion, so the great elder is temporarily in charge. After knowing that you are an innate master, the great elder is gearing up to welcome you. Also, the great elder has already reached the innate fourth layer, and you are the first disciple to be tested by her, so you should feel good about it. The great elder has been promoted to the innate fourth layer? Husband, you are so disliked by the great elder, the examination will probably be too difficult. It's not like it's a torture to have sleep with Xinzi, and you can still get the breaking round pill. Why is the husband unwilling? Didn't I always cooperate very well, lady? You are not up to your expectations. You can't dance the wool on your husband's body. Who's to blame? Then go away and don't get in my way here. This girl couldn't take advantage of me, so she chose to use the breakthrough pill to make me submit. However, as the mainstay of the marching sect, there is no way that I would be missing out on a share of the realm-breaking pills, if the girl don't want to lose points in front of the sect master sister. She would definitely not delay this matter until the sect master sister left the customs. If I keep pestering me, I will only bring shame on myself. On the contrary, I will not mention it from now on. At the latest one day before the sect master leaves the customs, the girl will obediently send the boundary pill to me. It's impossible to give it to me too early. This girl still wants to blackmail me. Hey, dreaming, big men are never picked. So, my lord refused the invitation to double cultivation from the lawfully wedded wife? My lord, the lawfully wedded wife just wants to have fun with you. Why do you refuse? It's too confusing. Chiner, you don't understand. This is not fun. It's a tame test from the girl. If I give in to her this time for the realm breaker pill, then next time it could be a foundation building pill, a chi refining pill, or something else to force me to continue to do her bidding, so I can't start this. As the demon girl said, the relationship between me and her is too complicated, and this guy is very difficult to deal with, so I can't be a wimp in front of her. otherwise I will lose my sovereignty, or even my life. My lord, why do you talk about the lawfully wedded wife as a beast? Is the ghost that lured me fake? You really can't flirt with the lawfully wedded wife? What are you talking about? It's not like she's untouchable, it's just that she's so wild, she's always trying to get on top of me, which made me want to beat her. But isn't the lawfully wedded wife advanced? If my lord don't reveal the true art of Mara, you will not be able to beat the lawfully wedded wife. Then you can't be afraid of her, or she will really take it away. Huh, it's so late at night, what are you going to do, my lord? Go to the girl to get in touch. But didn't my lord reject the lawfully wedded wife? Who said you can't go if you refuse? The witch told me to stay away. If I really listen to her, it would make me look like I'm obeying what she says. I'll come up to her, seduce her, tempt her, and when she's in a state of turmoil, I'll say no, and the girl's face will look amazing. After all, who is teasing who? You are late. Miss is not here. At night, where did the lady go? When Elderly came back, the young lady naturally went to accompany her. Besides, you don't accompany the lady in her double cultivation, so it just so happens that Elderly has filled your place, and the lady doesn't need you anymore. By this time, they should all be halfway through it. Qin Xingxi and Li Fingjiao? Wait, didn't she fool Li Fingjiao? Why did she come back for real? Who said the young lady lied? Elderly is valiant and resolute, and the young lady is full of praise for her. When you are away, the two of them are tired of being together every day, from poetry and songs to life ideals. If Elderly hadn't been suddenly dispatched to the branch, Miss would have spoken to her long ago, and she wouldn't have waited until you returned to cause trouble. Really? Does this girl really like women? So what am I? I was betrayed, right? Was I betrayed by a woman? Damn, I want a divorce. I have to divorce. Qing'er, go to Li Fingjiao's place and take a peek to see if Qin Xingxi is really having sleep with her. Wait a minute. What is this? The lady gave it to you and said that if you came tonight, you would get it, but if not, to not give it. The things have been given to you, so get out of here. No way, is it really what I think it is? My lord, shall I still go and see your wife? Of course, go, take a look at it quietly, and come back and broadcast it to me. How strange. What's weird about it? It's fun, you don't understand. It's the same as the pill bottle given to Li Fingjiao, and it's exactly the same as the round-breaking pill. What does this mean? She is looking for someone else tonight, so she's compensating me. What is this? Instructions. Let's see, bastard husband. When you see this note, it means that you have come to Xingxi, so Xingxi will forgive you and give you a round-breaking pill. The Great Elder will be looking for my husband in the next few days, but after thinking about it for a long time, I can't bear to see my husband being bullied by the Great Elder, although my husband has made things difficult for me. But I am a good person with a beautiful heart, and will not take it personally. I would like to remind you of this, lest the husband make a taboo. The examination of the sect is based on the martial arts taught by the sect. Before you take the test, you should think about whether you have ever shown your martial arts skills in any capacity other than that of the marching sect. If you accidentally reveal your secrets, don't blame Xingxi for not reminding you. After all, it's fine to show your cards in front of me and my master, but it's not nice to reveal too much in front of other people. The reason why Xingxi gave you the pill of breaking the realm, it is also to prevent you, husband, from being beaten by the Grand Elder for hiding your clumsiness. After all, you are on my side and my master's side. It is not a good idea to lose. Tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, the Grand Elder will come to you, after eating the realm-breaking pills. Hurry up and cultivate to digest the medicine. I don't expect you to shine, just don't make the Great Elder angry. This girl actually thinks so much about me, she really has me in her heart, and this uncle doesn't care about the girl climbing the wall. Wait, no, don't give it too early, and don't give it too late. Choosing this time to give it, the girl's method is very powerful. Fortunately, I'm well informed. I did let you give it for nothing. My lord, I'm back. So fast? Qing'er? What's the matter with you? I was caught peeking, and the wife beat me up and took me away. But I saw that the lady was wearing clothes and only her palms were touching Li Fingjiao's body, so my lord can rest assured. This girl really have two faces. She doesn't pity you at all. It's hard work for Qing'er. In that case, don't worry about her. Let's hurry up and take the pill. Tonight, your master will raise finger of flowery sword true chi to the innate second layer. Come on, sir, Qing'er supports you in spirit. The next day, at night, all the ordinary disciples had cleared out, and only a few elders are watching from afar. All your requirements have been fulfilled. Hurry up and release your flowery primordial spirit. Is it true that my wife and the other elders can't leave? I'm shy about being taught by the elder in front of them. The innate examination has always been accompanied by elders to show justice. If you're just afraid of losing face, then you don't have to. Fine. Then, Great Elder, watch this. This is my primordial spirit, my strongest combat power at present. Finger of flowery swords, sword gives rise to the primordial spirit. Isn't this the one from the Fan Xinjai? What's her name? It's too far away to see, but the elders seem to be asking, so let's keep watching. This is Xie Daoyun of Fan Xinjai? When did you hook up with her? What Fan Xinjai or Daoyun? The Great Elder is mistaken. This is my lover that I met in the rivers and lakes, just an ordinary girl. She and I traveled together, sharing the same interests. With one action, you can know what the other party wants to do, and with one look, you can understand the other party's inner thoughts. Okay, shut up. I'm not interested in hearing your romantic history. Judging from the overflowing of your true energy, your aura is not totally stable, and you look like you are an innate second layer. You must have just taken the breakthrough pill. I will lower my realm to the innate second layer to compete with you. You attack directly. No rush, no rush. The first elder is willing to lower her level of cultivation, which is an example for the Demon Sect, and the disciple admire it. The disciple is ready to take action, and he also asks the first elder to show mercy. Primordial spirit release. Full isolate mode. Demons of attachment technique. Lifeless annihilation. Even among the innate cultivation techniques, the finger of flowery sword is one of the most powerful techniques in attack power. Coupled with flowery primordial spirit, in a one-on-one situation, there are few people who can resist head-on under the same realm. However, it's still too tender. Demons of attachment technique. Deadly ghost whip. The characteristics of this primordial spirit are quite interesting. It can actually affect people's emotions, with just 2 short strokes. I actually felt that my fighting spirit was slightly diminished. But it's not enough. The greatest advantage of the flowery primordial spirit is that it can cooperate with its master and fight against others with more than one. But you only let the spirit attack and hide behind, which is really unwise. As long as you are resolved, the primordial spirit will disappear. Your primordial spirit can't stop me at all. Why are you still doing useless work? Great Elder. You can't speak too early. What? Give me. Explosion. Even if this kid is already at the innate second layer, but the self-destruction of the primordial spirit is equivalent to directly depleting more than 1/3 of the innate energy in one breath. It is really decisive. Using this almost perishing move, Xie Yan, is this kid so afraid of Xie Yan? Ice transformation. However, at this level, how much damage did it do to Xie Yan? Facing a strong opponent and detonating the primordial spirit, while the opponent is unprepared, if I were really an ordinary innate second layer, I would probably be seriously injured by this move. Thank you for the compliment, Great Elder. Worthy of being the first elder of the Demon Sect, she actually used the ultimate move that trapped the opponent as an isolation belt, avoiding most of the damage caused by the primordial spirit explosion. Then let's do it again. Explosion! What is he doing? It exploded again. Husband is really ruthless in destroying flowers, exploding the primordial spirit right away. You've just been praised, and then you've made an inexplicable mistake. If the primordial spirit explodes once, the truth she used up will not be able to recover in a short time, and you want to do it again? If the opponent is seriously injured, it's all good, but if it is someone like me who is not afraid of your move, making it explode again is useless. On the other hand, you are left with an empty dantian waiting to die. What did you say, Great Elder? Shall we continue? I'm examining the Demon Sect martial arts. What are you doing with the Finger of Nirvana? Hold it back. What the Great Elder said is wrong. Finger of Nirvana was passed down to me by the Matriarch. Why can't I use it? Primordial Spirit, go! Stinky boy! This kid, according to his rogue fighting style, a normal innate second layer can't even fight. The Great Elder will be fine, right? Don't worry, she will not be the Great Elder if she can't handle this. But if this continues, Xie Yan is probably going to explode. Demons of Attachment Tree Manifestation. Great Elder, you are restoring the strength of the innate fourth layer. It forced me to break the restrictions to deal with it. You are indeed qualified. You will pass the exam this time. Really? Thank you, Great Elder. But you took advantage of Finger of Nirvana to be opportunistic, and only used primordial spirit self-destruction to attack throughout the whole process. And you didn't show a bit of the style of finger of flowery sword, which is simply contempt for me, the examiner. You've passed the exam, but I'm going to teach you a lesson now. Don't worry, I won't kill you. Great Elder, you're taking personal revenge. True manifestation of the demons of attachment, dragon divine transformation. Hey, the Great Elder is going to kill someone. Is there anyone to take care of it? Look at this poisonous woman. This is a deadly strike. My strong physical body can even resist Su Min's killing moves. I'm not afraid of you. It's you who will be embarrassed then. The visible becomes invisible, and everything is under control. It seems that your retreat was successful, Sect Master. The Matriarch is out of seclusion. Sis you. I haven't seen you for a long time, but the Great Elder did really advance. Your dragon divine transformation is so powerful. If someone else were here, I'm afraid they wouldn't be able to resist. However, Xie Yan is a junior after all, and the Great Elder is already an innate fourth layer, so don't bother with him. If it weren't for this stinky boy being too irritating, who would care about him? Let's call all the elders to a meeting while we're all here. I have completely stabilized my realm, and even got a few glimpses of the innate sixth layer, so I am just coming out today to tell you about it, so as to avoid uncertainty within the sect. I will continue my retreat tomorrow, and I have to take advantage of the time now to resolve the sect affairs that have been put on hold. According to the rules of the sect, getting promoted to innate realm, you can be appointed to the position of an elder, receive an elder's share and a waist badge, and deal with sect affairs. Xie Yan, do you want to stay in the sect territory to handle general affairs, or claim an allocation? Once a personal servant, always a personal servant. I think it is better for me to be a personal servant of the Matriarch than an elder. One is to get closer to the Matriarch, and the other is to be free and not subject to any constraints. But after all, you are an innate master, and it would be too much of a waste for you to be my personal servant. Sect Master, I don't want the rewards and privileges, just let me continue to be your servant. Since you don't have any ambition, I will not force it. However, if you want to be an elder later, feel free to mention it to me anytime. The Sect Master is really fond of Yanxie. By the way, Xie Yan, is your flowery primordial spirit Xie Daoyun from Fan Xinjai? That little girl is notoriously incomprehensible. How did you hook up with her? Xie Daoyun? How could I have this ability? The third elder was wrong. Oh, even if I'm wrong, Xie Yan's ability to hook up with women is truly amazing. What happened while I was away? What primordial spirit? What Xie Daoyun? It's not something important, Feng Yang. Don't you have something to report to the Sect Master? Let's talk about it. Ah, that's right. Sect Master, I have something important to report. I was assassinated by the Xie Lu assassins at the Yunshan branch, during which... A quarter of an hour later. Regarding the current situation of Yunshan's branch, and the matter of the Mara ancestor, I already know about it. Xinxi, the misunderstanding between you and Elder Li should have been resolved, right? In your opinion, what is the best way to handle this matter? The disciple believes that, first of all, we should send more people. Now that Yunshan has lost the 5 poisoned sect, it is better for our marching sect to intervene and replace it. No matter how bad it is, we can stabilize our power in Yunshan and the mining of gold mines. In addition, we need to bring more silver to hire various intelligence organizations and send some intelligence gatherers. According to what Elderly said, this Mara ancestor is probably an innate third layer. Such a powerful man has settled in Yunshan with his forces. We must find out what they are. If not, we need to know whether they are friends or foes. After that, it's the things that were arranged before, the expansion of the income of the disciples, the negotiation with the local nobles, and the implementation of the approval for gold mining. Yes, Xinxi, you are still doing things in a safe and sound manner as always. Do you have any other opinions? None, just don't ask me for people, no comment. Sect Master, I have something to add. Before I set off, I have sent some disciples to visit and investigate the sacrifice sites in various places in Yunshan, trying to find out the origins of Mara ancestor and eternal heavens. It is a pity that the local people related to the martial world are very secretive about Mara ancestor, and they are completely ignorant of his origins. Only Man Tianxing revealed some news, but in my opinion, it is a complete fabrication and has no authenticity at all. This Mara ancestor is both strange and powerful, and even sees the Xie Lu as nothing. He must have his roots somewhere, and it is impossible to emerge out of thin air. If we do investigate, we must be careful. Don't give him the impression that we intend to offend him. and avoid any animosity. Well, it makes sense. In the world of martial arts, it is impossible for an innate third layer expert to emerge out of thin air, and even the opponent may not only be in the third layer. Even if you want to investigate, you must extract the Maching Sect from it. Heaven 7 and Heaven 12 did manage it well. Even the elders of the Maching Sect gave me some origin points suddenly. Although it was only for a moment, they did take this seriously. That being the case, you can adjust the personnel who are going to Yunshan. If you fancy someone under the elders, you can also negotiate. Thank you, Sect Master. So let's end the meeting here. Xie Yan, stay alone for a while. Come to me after talking with Master. I have something to ask you. What could it be that the Sect Master has left me alone for? I see that both you and Xinxi's true chi are a bit shaking. It should be that you have just taken the breaking realm pill, and your realm is not stable enough, right? Xinxi is good at the secret of joy technique. If you want to quickly stabilize your realm, you might as well practice with her more often. As for Qinger, put it out for your sister to see. Matriarch's sister. Matriarch's sister, Qinger wants you to pet her head and brush her hair. Humph, so nice. However, sister will continue to retreat tomorrow, and the time is very tight tonight, so I'll brush you hair next time. Okay. Sis you, is there anything else you want to do? Ahem, it's a rare night when the moon is shining, so why not talk about it as we go for a walk? Why is Sis you still hesitating? Is there some secret that she want to tell me? Isn't this a retreat and purification? Isn't it a bit boring? There is nothing else to do except cultivating, so I had some fun on my own, but I didn't have anyone to talk to. I thought about it, but you're the only one who can say something, so I'll show you. I'm just writing this for fun, don't tell anyone. It turned out that Sis you was writing a script. Sis Matriarch is amazing. Let me see, what a story. Basically it can be summed up as, to avenge my father's death, I went undercover with the daughter of my enemy, waiting for an opportunity to take her life so that he could taste the pain of losing his love. But to my surprise that woman was so gentle and lovely, her eyes so full of laughter that I didn't know I was in love with her. I would have put aside my hatred for her, and just wanted to be with her for life. I was told to kill her father to protect myself, and she knew everything. She killed herself under my knife. I killed the person I love the most. I lived in a daze all day, and one day I was dragged away by a Miao Jiangbu girl. And I was tortured by her every day, but my grief was greater than anything because the death of my love, which made her very dissatisfied, and even fed me love potion, forcing me to become lustful. After getting along with her for several years, I gradually developed feelings for her. I came out of the haze because of her, and I got over my sadness, but she began to avoid me. Until one day, my cousin, who had been withdrawn from my marriage, appeared before me and told me the truth that the girl I was with was my half-sister. She tortured me to get back at my father who had abandoned his wife and children to marry my mother. Before my cousin could finish speaking, I was able to stop her in time when she suddenly struck my cousin and seriously injured her. Perhaps my expression was too terrible. She looked at me, suddenly cried, and left me without looking back. My cousin was injured too badly, and her meridians were abolished a long time ago, so she didn't have much time left. My cousin told me that she didn't want to break off the marriage, and that she wanted to leave the family even if she gave up her martial arts skills, so she looked for me everywhere. She was already satisfied that she could die in my arms. I buried my cousin and became a loner again. Although you are unkempt, you look like a woman. It is better to let the master see. Is it really a girl? I am a famous man who loves beauty. If you are a man, I would like to be your brother. If you are a woman, why don't you take Master Xie's hand and wander the world from now on, and be envied by others? The elder sister likes him. It's too miserable, woohoo. Why did you close it? Qinger has to look back. Damn, is this protagonist male or female? Why did a man appear in the end? This man will not be cannon fodder too, right? But aside from the blood, the plot is really good. It's lingering and touching. I didn't expect the Matriarch's writing to be so good. What do you think about my writing skills? Cousin is so miserable. Sis you is too modest. This is not a practice of writing. It is a classic masterpiece outside. I know flattery. If you don't give me fair assessment, I will punish you. Sis you is just too modest. See this article about the protagonist getting along with the enemy's daughter, this delicate emotional description, the character's inner transformation. There is also the tension of the siblings tormenting each other, until the thrill and excitement of the revelation of their identity. There is also the fate that every relationship will not end well. This way of dealing with a doomed tragedy is simply genius. Why is the first love without results is the one that gives the deepest impression? Why do red roses turn into blood and crystals? Because in heaven and earth, uneasy thoughts are often more touching than great reunion, no matter how true you are. If you get it too easily, you won't cherish it. On the contrary, if you don't get it, you will always be disturbed. The most normal books would be about a chivalrous man and a beautiful woman being happy together. A third-rate story would add a few trials and tribulations to entertain the viewer, and a first-rate book would dig into the shadows behind the happiness. The triviality of reality wipes out the passion of youth, leaving a sigh of feathers to the ground. That's it, I get it. And Sis Yu's works are no longer simple words. When the audience thinks that the protagonist can get happiness, the protagonist suddenly loses everything. The moment of difference, the moment when something beautiful is broken, is enough to be remembered for a lifetime. For the person whom the protagonist loves dies in the most beautiful moment, in the memory of both the protagonist and the spectator. I thought my style of writing was too niche and might not be popular, but that's not my problem. You've given me a lot of insight. Good. I've decided to stick to my heart and let the protagonist forget all about his love affair. Sis Yu, you've accidentally spoiled the story. Forget it, just be happy. The matriarch's sister is really a natural born to write abusive articles, and she clearly likes to read novels with beautiful plots. So is the protagonist male or female? Better not to ask. The matriarch is going to retreat again soon, so this is probably the only time we can have such a relaxed chat before she leaves. The matriarch's sister is so abusive in her writing. It is the type of book that I would never want to read again after the first time. Chinger is willing to watch the second chapter. The sex master has abused me thousands of times, and I treat the sex master like my first love. I really want to win her sincere love. Crying while reading and crying. If you were a real person, you would have already become dry because of all that crying. Go back to my eyebrows and have a good rest. It's really unsettling. Who made you worry so much? I almost forgot that my lady had something for me. Master actually stayed with you for one night. What did you talk about? Don't pry, we just had a casual chat. You won't be interested if we talk about it. But why did you come to me? Didn't Li Fengjiao stick to you tightly? Feng Yang's talent is not as good as mine, and she can't quickly digest the medicinal power of the breakthrough pill. Most of the time of double cultivation was spent by her combing her true qi. She doesn't want me to do laborious and unprofitable work, so she wants to retreat and cultivate by herself. When the meeting is over, she entered secluded cultivation. I haven't even settled the score with my husband yet. Why is he still jealous of Feng Yang? What did you say during the fight with the Grand Elder? A confidant? Similar interests? Why do these words sound so familiar? The lady can hear it from so far away. This is not because the lady is brilliant in writing, and the golden sentences are just frequent. So your husband just quoted a few words. The lady should not care about that. Of course not, but husband's primordial spirit is Xie Daoyuan, right? You can fool the elders, but Xinxi has been dealing with this woman for a long time, and she'd be recognizable even if she turns into ashes. Sure enough, I couldn't hide it from the lady. Yes, it was indeed Xie Daoyuan. Even if she turns into ashes, how much is this girl obsessed with Xie Daoyuan? I found out that she was someone who could help me advance to the innate. It was a coincidence, but since she comes from the Fan Xinzhai, the less people know about her, the better. You still know about trouble? Then why didn't you think of that when you were trying to hook up with Xie Daoyuan? Don't worry, I used a fake identity to contact her, and she didn't know that I was Xie Yan. She is a good person, but women will affect my sword improvement, so it is better to forget about each other than to stick to each other. In this case, don't bother with her anymore, so as not to affect the speed at which you draw your pink energy. My lady? What is this girl doing in this pose? Is she playing some tricks again? By the way, husband, after you took the pill, haven't you noticed that your true qi is getting more and more agitated and your mind is racing? And you can't stabilize it at all? It takes too much time to sort it out normally. Why don't you and Xinxi practice together? If husband's body is a big furnace that is getting hotter and hotter, Xinxi is your little fan, which can help you to drain some of the fire that is too hot, and in turn, make my husband whole. Since the lady asked softly, I will naturally agree. This girl's metaphor is really awesome, but it's true. I've been burning in my heart all day since I took the pill of breaking the realm, and even the sister matriarch said that double cultivation with Qin Xinxi would stabilize my realm, so I'll give her a break. Husband is so nice. Husband's first primordial spirit is Xie Daoyuan. But Xie is jealous. This second primordial spirit must be Xie. Otherwise Xie won't be kind. My lady, have you forgotten the characteristics of my technique? Finger of flowery sword, the beauty gains insight into the Tao. My lady, you have never produced beauty chi for me, so how can you be my second primordial spirit? I have never produced beauty chi for you? Why should the lady ask this question? Why wouldn't I want to have the primordial spirit of the lady? After all, when a husband and wife are in a relationship, the primordial spirit is equivalent to the crystallization of our love, but the lady's heart is like iron, just greedy for my body, not my heart. It is not enough to get the body. Why bother getting husband's heart? I am so angry with my husband for wanting to do such a thankless task. Are you going to do double cultivate or not? Answer like a man. If the lady wants to do something, the husband will naturally satisfy you. I am such a great man, I listen to my lady in everything. In this way, the girl and I started a fulfilling life of practicing our techniques during the day and double cultivation at night. After the double cultivation, it clearly feels that the realm is gradually consolidated, and the true chi is no longer overflowing uncontrollably. What made me a little puzzled was that she was uncharacteristically uncharacteristic and didn't pluck my wool like before, which made me quite unaccustomed to it. I think it's probably because she is afraid that she's going too far and I'll stop agreeing to double cultivation again, delaying her stabilization of her realm. The husband's true chi finally stopped clinging to Xie, and it seems that you have managed to retract and release it freely, and your realm has been consolidated. Almost there, thanks to the hard work of the lady these days. Husband really loved the lady to death. Did husband take in Xie beauty chi? My lady, why do you ask such an outrageous question? Although our double practice together is great, but if we say that by doing it alone we can reach the level of soul-flesh fusion, then that would be nonsense. Shouldn't you know better than me about whether there is beauty chi or not? Since no amount of work is going to bring out the beauty chi, we're not going to waste any more time, so I'm going. This girl is really unpredictable. 3 days later. The wife has not come to see Master for a long time, and Feng Jiao, the only one who can compete with Master, is in retreat again. Does the wife have other new people? Is the Master being left out again? What are you talking about? That girl is so greedy that she only thinks of me when she has something to do. But she won't rush in when she doesn't. Moreover, cold and ruthless, once used and then thrown away, after solving the problem of stabilizing the realm, if I go to her again, I will not be able to find her. My lord, impression of her is too extreme, aren't you husband and wife? Chinger, you don't understand. The so-called relationship between husband and wife is just love affair, and just a front for outsiders. We are companions of the same camp who can still trust each other at most, we just have more of a husband and wife relationships than our companions. The fact is that this trust also depends on the size of the crisis faced, really big to a certain extent. Hey, it is difficult to say. I can't even guarantee that I wouldn't sell out my teammates, let alone that girl. Qin Xinzi is the direct disciple of the Matriarch's sister, the genius of the Demon Sect, and the strongest cultivated according to the template will be as the heir. Compared with love, the pursuit of strength is the most real desire in her heart. She does love me, but for my virtuous body that makes her stronger. That's why she didn't mind being gentle with me and treating each other with the courtesy of husband and wife, in order to coax me into double cultivation, and only seducing me with her body. I'm just a tool person on her way to upgrade, so when her cultivation base is stable and she no longer needs me, she will not take the initiative to find me. It always felt odd somewhere. Is that really what your wife thinks? I don't want to talk about her anymore, she doesn't come to me. I don't want to put my hot face on a cold ass, I'm just happy that it is quiet. Xie boy, what are you muttering about? Ghost ah. No manners, who's a ghost? Inheritance elder, why are you always so elusive, you don't even cough when you come. I waited until Qin girl and you stabilized your cultivation before I came to you, which is enough to give you face. Okay, don't make trouble, the Matriarch doesn't understand the finger of flowery sword, I'll have to give you some reminders, the 9 Sects conference is about to be held. After entering, don't try to improve the finger of flowery sword. Although the 9 Sects conference is a great opportunity that only comes around once every 30 or 40 years, the finger of flowery sword is different from other demonic techniques, so if you do not prepare well, even the best opportunity will be wasted. So, what's with your expression? That, after I came back, I was either beaten by the Great Elder or squeezed by Qin Xinzi, and I almost forgot about this conference. I thought this was going to be something important. How come no one has mentioned it to me at all? I think you could start by telling me what the Nine Sects Conference is. Sect Master and Jin Girl didn't tell you. Nothing at all. These two girls are really unreliable. I never thought I'd have a day to tell a man a story that no child would ever hear. I'll talk about it casually, and you'll listen to it too. As we all know, the 9 demonic sects of the Great Han Empire, no matter how many ups and downs they have experienced, except for the rotation of the rankings, the 9 sects have never been replaced by other sections. In addition to their own heritage and strength, there is another important reason why the 9 demonic sects can stand firm and endure for a long time. Qilang Cult, Chongling Dao, Blissful Temple, Supreme Tantra, Maching Sect, Shima Sect, Qingming Dao, Baishoxia Sect, Wenao Sect. The 9 great demonic sects have the same origin, all coming from a lineage called the First Demonic Sect in ancient times. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, a group of explorers discovered the ruins of the First Demonic Sect, and the founders of the 9 demonic sects was among them. In the end, only these 9 people came out of the ruins alive and founded the 9 great demonic sects of the Han Empire. It turns out that this is the origin of the 9 demonic sections. By the way, where are the remains of this demonic sect? I want to dig in there when I get a chance. I mean, pay homage to our common ancestor. Forget it, the ruins were emptied long ago and now it's just a broken cave with nothing in it. There it is again. So, what does this have to do with the 9 Sects Conference? Not only is it related, but the relationship is big. Xie boy, don't be impatient, wait for the old man to drink tea first. The original demonic sect has a blessed earth cave dedicated to the cultivation of its disciples, called Demon Cave. In the heyday of the original demonic sect, this cave could be entered at any time. But now, the Demon Cave has long since detached from this world, and only approaches once every 30 to 40 years, only when the Demon Cave is close to this realm. We can use some special means to enter this blessed land and look for opportunities. At the beginning, the ancestors of the 9 great demonic sects brought out 9 boundary stones from the ruins of the original demonic sect. Once the Demon Cave approaches this realm, the boundary stones will react. When this reaction reaches a certain critical point, the boundary stones can be used temporarily to generate a door and connect to the Demon Cave. The people from the 9 demonic sects took the opportunity to enter the Demon Cave to find opportunities. This was the so-called 9 Sects Conference. However, the Demon Cave is a blessed place for potential disciples of the original demonic sect to cultivate in after all, so there is a strong restriction in it. Only practitioners from the 1st layer to the 4th layer of the innate realm are allowed to enter. If you enter while your level is lower, you will die. And if you are too high, you won't be able to enter at all. In addition, you can only stay in the cave for 12 hours, and if you exceed 12 hours, you will be forcefully ejected. The chance of the Demon Cave is a building called the Tao Harmony Chamber inside, which contains a huge amount of demonic spiritual energy. The role of this demonic spiritual energy is to ignore any bottlenecks or necessary external conditions, and forcibly push your cultivation technique forward greatly. Even if there is no way ahead, you can still make it. Whether it is used to find a way forward for self-created martial arts, or to shorten the training process of the original martial arts, it has miraculous effects. Of course, the premise is that the source of these exercises must be the original demonic sect. If you switch to the martial arts of other sects, there will be no effect at all. Is it that good? Holy crap, this sounds like it's almost the same as a system upgrade, and you don't need any origin points. Certainly, however, the situation of the Finger of Flowery Sword is special. If you are not prepared, don't use the Tao Harmony Chamber to improve it. Be ready? Elder, so what's wrong with the Finger of Flowery Sword? What do I have to prepare for? Finger of Flowery Sword, the beauty gains insight into the Tao. The sword gives rise to the primordial spirit, and when it is culminated to the realm of great perfection, the primordial spirit will exhibit a mysterious connection with their originating entity, inherit all their strength. It would be fine if the demonic spiritual energy could force you to raise your Finger of Flowery Sword to the highest level. But with your current understanding of the Finger of Flowery Sword, you obviously cannot do so. At best, it will help you to create an additional flowery primordial spirit. Of course, you don't need any beauty energy, and it's not bad for you to have an additional primordial spirit, but whether the primordial spirit is strong or not depends entirely on luck. Not to mention the lack of the traction from a real person. After cultivating the Finger of Flowery Sword to the highest realm, this primordial spirit will not be improved in any way, which is equivalent to wasting a place in vain. So, boy, you have to be careful. I understand. I have the beauty energy of the evil god, so I don't have to worry about this, just in time to help me get the evil god primordial spirit out. By the way, Elder, isn't that the finger of flowery sword Wen Tingyun's creation? Is the room useful? Of course it works. Although Wen Tingyun is a genius, he can't really create something out of thin air. He must have used the existing martial arts of Demon Sect as a reference. As long as it is referenced, it is considered to be a technique related to the original demonic sect, so it will take effect. I see, this is indeed a great opportunity. To put it this way, true art of Mara have the mantra of the inner demons of the six desires, and it is also related to the original demonic sect. The system requires a condition for the upgrade. But this Tao Harmony room doesn't even need the necessary conditions to upgrade the finger of flowery sword, so it should be able to forcibly upgrade the true art of Mara, right? If it can be done, this opportunity must not be missed. It's no wonder that the 9 demonic sects have been able to stand still, and their combat power has been maintained at the top level of the martial world. It turns out that there is such an opportunity. Wait, once every 30 to 40 years, practitioners between 1st to 4th layers of the innate realm can enter. Now you should know what the 9 Sects Conference is all about, right? That's enough. I've reminded you of what you need to be reminded of. So I should go back and rest. Elder, wait. I have one last question. It stands to reason that these 9 sects meet once every 30 or 40 years. A strong man like Xie of the Xinhua sect, who is a strong innate 4th layer, should be an innate 5th layer soon after the conference, right? For a practitioner, it is easy to live for 100 years, and it is almost a certainty that he will rise to the 6th or 7th layer of innate realm in the rest of his life. Even STH layer of innate realm is possible. Considering the current number of innate 4th layer masters, there should be a lot of innate realm masters at the 6th and the 7th layer in the world, but I have been traveling in the world for 2 years. But, Xie boy, if you want to ask me this question, then you are asking the right person. Before I get to that, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why you have progressed so quickly? Isn't it because I'm naturally handsome, and I'm an unparalleled martial arts prodigy? Yes, but not all. Xie Yan Tao of the Tai Xian sect, Xie Daoyun of the Fan Xin Zhai, even including Qin Xinxi. Which of them is not a natural talent? The talent may not be much worse than yours. It took them 10 or 20 years to reach the 9th layer of the acquired realm, but you have progressed so fast since you arrived. Could it be that all their training was taken by you? Hey Elder, even if you praise me for my enlightenment, why are you still beating around the bush like that? What enlightenment? That is because the recent years are different. The root of all martial arts in the world is actually Tao, or Taoism, and the amount of Tao between heaven and earth determines the speed and upper limit of martial arts practitioners' cultivation. As I said before, the inheritance of today's 9 major demonic sects all came from the original demonic sect. In fact, it's not just us, the 9 great demonic sects, but also their righteous sections. Even the neighboring countries like the Tang Empire and the Song Empire are like this. There are also other great factions in ancient times. The ancient great sects generally have corresponding blessings and caves. And once every THRY or 40 years, all sects in the world will apply their secret methods to open the door to their own caves. Why every 30 to 40 years will have a great generation of prodigies? Why are you progressing so fast, Xie boy? Why are the 5 beauties and 5 princes ascending to the innate realm in the past 2 years? The reason for this is because the doors of the world have opened, causing turmoil and ripples in the world. Let the originally silent world become boiling again, and having advanced Daoyun. This golden time when Daoyun is full usually lasts for 3 to 5 years. During these 3 to 5 years, the better the talent, the faster the cultivation speed, compared to before, can be tens or hundreds of times higher. But with the gradual silence of Daoyun, the world will return to peace, and everyone's cultivation will gradually calm down, until the next time the door opens, the world boils again, and the Daoyun begins again and again. That's right. Why did Qin Xinxi's group take more than 10 or 20 years to rise to the 9th layer of the acquired realm? But these 2 years suddenly went up like a rocket. It's the timing that's different now. Wait, how come I haven't felt this Daoyun at all? Could it be that my aptitude for martial arts is actually rubbish? All these things are based on my own experience and research, which the Patriarch may not even know, so don't spread it to the outside world, especially the theory of Taoism, which is contrary to the practice of many sects. If some psychopath finds out about it, it could cause a lot of trouble. So why the 6th and 7th layer of the innate realm is so rare? Because after the Daoyun is silent, everyone's practice will gradually become stagnant, and cannot be advanced any further. Then as soon as the life limit is reached, they will die directly. Okay, I just wanted to give some pointers this time, but I didn't expect to say so many things at once. Alas, this old man is mentally weak, and it is time to go back to sleep. By the way, Jean girl is very talented, and she is a perfect embryo to get the primordial spirit. You should work hard to get her beauty energy, so as not to waste the opportunity of the 9 Sects conference. I know, Elder, take care. But when it comes to the flowery primordial spirit, the evil god's beauty energy was actually analyzed on the second day after I returned to the Demon Sect, but it didn't turn into a primordial spirit directly after it was resolved, like Xie Yan's beauty energy did back then. In fact, if you think about it carefully, you can find the problem. My cultivation base is completely dependent on the system to forcibly upgrade, and the first flowery primordial spirit also appeared directly after the system condition was completed, and it was quite a gift from the system. Although it is quick to upgrade with origin points, it is not as solid as those who have taken one step at a time and practiced diligently. When I did get promoted to the innate realm, my flesh body couldn't keep up with the technique, and the construction of the first primordial spirit reveals the biggest problem caused by the system upgrade. The system should only allow me to master the minimum standard of the current level of a technique. The best proof is that after analyzing the beauty energy of the second primordial spirit of the finger of flowery sword, it needs to be constructed by myself. I can also build the primordial spirit myself, but it just takes a lot of energy. This is actually the normal way of practicing, but after getting used to the convenience of the system, it is very uncomfortable to return to the normal way. This time the opportunity of the 9 Sects conference should be carefully planned. It is only a matter of time before the evil god's primordial spirit is built, and it is not possible to eat a big bite and directly raise the strength to the highest realm to synchronize the evil god with its primordial spirit, which is relatively less meaningful. There is still some time before the 9 Sects conference, so I can spend all my energy on building the evil god's primordial spirit. I don't believe that my qualifications are so low. People are fighting for a Buddha to receive a stick of incense in one breath. I am a genius. Even if I leave the system, I will definitely be able to get the evil god primordial spirit out before the conference starts. When the time comes, I can use all the opportunities to upgrade the true art of Mara, a technique that I have no clue about. Wouldn't that be great? Master stayed with Xie all night that time. Xie has always been with Xie Yan. She must have told him about the 9 Sects conference, so I don't need to say anything more. 1 month later. I feel that it is not difficult to build a primordial spirit. I am still a genius, but it takes more time than I thought, and it may be difficult to catch up with the 9 Sects conference. If only I could travel to a minor world, there would be enough time in the minor world for me to build up my primordial spirit, and I could also harvest a huge amount of origin points, and it would not be impossible for me to level up either the finger of flowery sword or the Changxing Baquan. The 9 Sects conference is approaching, and now is the time to improve my combat power. I don't know when the realm travel function will finish cooling down. This is truly sleepy. Did the cooling down really finish? Then let's travel. While the evolution function is being upgraded, using the travel function will reset the progress. Evolution function upgrade progress, 65%. What the hell, didn't it say that the upgrade will not affect the use of other functions? What a scam! What's wrong, Master? So we can't go to other worlds? Forget it. Alas, then I'll continue to build the evil god primordial spirit in the Demon Sect. The progress has reached 65%. I feel that a wave of origin points is wasted. Anyway, the 9 Sects conference is in about 3 months, so I still have time. Master Xie, I have a letter for you. Oh, is it a love letter? It is indeed for me. I received the letter. You can go back. Yes, this disciple will go back. Who wrote it? I want to see. How is Brother Yan? I miss you so much after you left Yudu. Signature is Cui Jing. When did you have a relationship with Cui Jing? As your master, I'm a very talented man. It is normal for Cui Jing to add me as a friend. However, the letter was not written by him. This is a secret letter sent by the cheap old dad who is far away in the Demon Sect pretending to be Cui Jing. Oh, isn't this just a normal friendship letter? What's so secret about it? If you can see through it easily, then can it be called a secret letter? Counting the time, it's time for the cheap dad to find me. Let me see what he has written. Before leaving from the Demon Sect, I had decided to use a set of ciphertexts with Xie, and it have been used now. Huayu, I haven't seen you for a few months. How are you getting on in the Demon Sect? Have you improved your techniques? I'm afraid your father can't deal with Su Min as promised, and I can't bring you back for the time being. the situation is complicated now. In order to avoid trouble, you can rest assured to stay at the Demon Sect, and you should not return to the Xie Sect at this time. Your father will find you as soon as possible in the cave, don't worry. Fortunately, Xie Yan is also qualified to participate in the 9 Sects conference. You will enter from the Demon Sect, and we will meet on the first day of the Demon Cave. My lord, what is written in the letter? It's good news. Cheap Dad and Su-min are having a good fight, and he doesn't have time to take care of me for the time being. Let me directly participate in the 9 Sects conference from the Demon Sect and join him within the first days of the Demon Cave. The 9 Sects conference, with all the participants, and in this chaotic situation, maybe I can find a chance to completely solve Su-min or Ge. In any case, the most important thing at the moment is to strengthen my own strength. 3 months later, as the days passed, the atmosphere of the Demon Sect became more and more deserted. However, it is not really deserted. In fact, everyone is still in the sect, but most disciples are in retreat and practicing. Everyone is looking forward to being promoted to the innate realm and obtaining the qualifications to participate in the 9 Sects conference, and they do not want to give up this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in nearly 40 years. Since no one was bothering me, I was happy to relax and devote myself to the construction of the evil god primordial spirit. Everyone is working hard for their own careers and their own future. I just don't know how many people will be happy and how many will be sad in the end. What a heavy aura of Dao Rhyme of the innate realm first layer. And even with an inexplicable feeling of rage, which comrade in the sect has been promoted to the innate realm? There are still 3 days left until the 9 Sects conference, and the time flies really fast. I just focused on the primordial spirit for a while. How come more than 3 months have passed? It's a pity that the evil god primordial spirit is still incomplete, but it doesn't matter. When the time comes, the chance will definitely be used on the true art of Mara. If there is any left, it will be left to the evil god primordial spirit. It will be a matter of time anyway. Besides, why do I feel that the growth of the origin points is so slow? Wasn't the origin points coming fast in the month when I first returned to the sect? Those 2 guys, Heaven 7 and 12, must have been fishing recently. Let's see if I don't settle the score with them after the 9 Sects conference. 3 days later, Demon Sect Ancestral Shrine. Morning, my lady, morning, Fingjiao. It's not early, you're the last person to arrive. I'm not late, and besides, isn't the Matriarch still not here? How come Xie Yan is also here? So she was the one who was promoted to the innate realm 3 days ago? Yes, the opportunity for the 9 Sects conference is rare. In order to catch up with this time, Yenner forcibly took the Breaking Realm pill, using the power of the Breakthrough pill to reconcile with other heavenly materials and earthly treasures. It was too dangerous, and barely advanced the innate realm. I heard that she almost died several times in the middle of the breakthrough, but fortunately she had a unique bloodline and the Grand Elder was there to protect her, so she was able to turn her life around. Otherwise she would have exploded. Although taking the Breaking Realm pill in the acquired realm wastes most of the medicinal power, it is still worth it to be able to catch up with the 9 Sects conference. I see. Master is here. This time, the Matriarch's sister was in the middle of her retreat again and got out temporarily. Also, for something as important as the 9 Sects conference, of course she will come out to see us off. The shadow covers the sun, and the eclipse is here. The time is right. Start. The sky is cloudy and the sun is dark, and the universe is easy to navigate. The 8 directions lend themselves to the opening of the gates of heaven. The gates of heaven have been opened. Step through these gates and you will be on your way to the Demon Cave. But before you do so, let me remind you of some key points once more. First of all, flying is restricted in the Demon Cave. Even the innate 4th layer can only leap in the sky, and can't walk in the void like a flat ground. Secondly, when you pass through the heavenly gate and enter the Demon Cave, you will be transported to a random location in a chaotic order. So it is basically difficult to walk together in a group. There are quite a few Dao Harmony chambers in the cave, but they are quite inconspicuous compared to the vast expanse of the cave, and most importantly, their entrances almost blend in with the surroundings, making them very difficult to find with the naked eye. If you are unlucky, you may not find a room in a day. Every time the Demon Cave is opened, the terrain within it is completely reshaped. And the Dao Harmony Chamber is no exception, so the sect is unable to provide you with a reference map. A Dao Harmony room can only be activated twice, each time for half an hour, and after 2 times the demonic spiritual energy will be drained. Once activated, it won't stop. If you leave the chamber in the middle of the session due to an accident, this opportunity will be wasted. The maximum time for a person to receive the demonic spiritual energy is also half an hour, after which the body will lose its response to the demonic spiritual energy. During this period, if you encounter interruptions, it doesn't matter if you interrupt the initiation at any time. If you find another room, you can also continue to accept the demonic spiritual energy. The total duration does not exceed half an hour. Entering the area where the Tao Harmony Room is located, you will find that there is a puppet guarding by the side. Only by defeating it can you enter the Tao Harmony Room to receive the initiation of the demonic spiritual energy. There are roughly 3 levels of Tao Harmony Room. The more advanced the Tao Harmony Room, the more pure demonic spiritual energy contained in it, and the greater the improvement it brings to you. However, it is almost impossible to tell the level of the Tao Harmony Room from its appearance, and the only way to judge it is by the level of the guardian puppet. The guardian puppet outside the low-level Tao Harmony Room has the cultivation level of innatest lair. The guardian puppet outside the mid-level Tao Harmony Room has the cultivation level of innate second layer, and the guardian puppet outside the high-level Tao Harmony Room has the cultivation level of innate third layer. In terms of actual combat, these guardian puppets are not weaker than the disciples of the large sects at the same layer, and may even be stronger. You should be careful about this, and don't underestimate the enemy. However, the range of activities of the guardian puppet is limited, and the intelligence is not high. As long as people use their brain, it is not difficult to deal with. Your greatest threat is always the masters of other demonic sections. Sure enough, the human heart is the most dangerous. Once activated, the Tao Harmony Room will continue to emit strong light for nearly half stick of an incense, making the originally hidden place instantly attract everyone's attention. The low level is white light. The intermediate level is blue light, and the high level is red light. It is very difficult to find a Tao Harmony Room, and often depends on luck. The more advanced room, the more so. Therefore, once there is strong light, it will easily attract outsiders. You must be careful not to be picked by others. The first-ranked demonic sect, the Wanao sect, is a single lineage, with only one disciple in the sect apart from the Patriarch, and has not participated in the 9 sects conference for over 100 years. But this time it may not be the case. If you see someone holding a long sword-like weapon with a red body and a strange glow, even if the person is only an innate realm first layer, do not mess with them and retreat immediately. The second demon sect, the Xie sect, is the most powerful of the 9 sects. They are the most dangerous, so do not to mess with them unless you're prepared. We hope they can be our ally. If you meet, consider joining forces. The third demonic sect, Qingming Dao. A group of people who have been wandering all the year, so don't bother with them. If you encounter a dispute, you must win quickly, otherwise don't make a move. The fourth demon sect, Xie sect, be careful of their puppets, and don't fall into an ambush. The fifth demonic sect, Chongling Dao, with strange methods and a tendency to clump together, even in the demon cave, they have ways to communicate with each other. Better not mess with them, and to avoid them if possible. The sixth demonic sect, Supreme Tantra, is a group of people with good temperament. When you meet them, you can have a good fight, and as long as you win, they will retreat. However, the people of the Supreme Tantra will not suffer in vain, and they can get rid of the entanglement by giving them appropriate benefits. The seventh demonic sect, Xie Yan cult, is very hard to deal with. The 9 sects conference only lasts for 1 day, and once someone get entangled with them, they will waste a lot of time to fight poison, so they are the most untouchable opponents. But they won't be too aggressive. After all, as long as they come out, few people will really be afraid of them. These books record the names of people from other demonic sects who may participate in the 9 sects conference, as well as some notes. You can check the list before making a decision. Remember, no matter what, put your own life first. Get ready and let's go. Heavenly Demon Cave. I wonder what kind of place it will really be. At this time the system finished upgrading, and life simulation? The Exolution Binazon has been upgraded. New function, life simulation. Steal from reality to expand the imaginary. Use the imaginary to return back to reality. With the user's current time and place as the checkpoint, create a parallel world and experience a fictitious life. Note, if the user dies in the fictitious world, the user will be immediately returned to the checkpoint established in reality, except for the memories the user acquires during his experience in the fictitious world. No other impact will take effect in reality. Do you want to start it? Sure enough, I'm convinced the new features are not that simple. But how does this synopsis look like a life simulator? Is it possible that Ashby wasn't reborn, but that the system fragments simulated his life's development, and that the so-called past lives are just retained simulated memories? No time to lose, activate. The situation at the 9-Sects meeting is getting tricky, and I've been having a lot of trouble with Xie, so this is the perfect time to go to a simulated world and not be on edge all the time. Simulation in progress. Note: once life simulation is turned on, all system functions will be disabled. Please be prepared. This system function is disabled. Is it a memory hog and CPU overload once life simulation is turned on? Is your system hardware not working? Han Dynasty, 7th month, summer of 19th year of the Yuanwu era. Holy crap! How did the thunder strike in broad daylight? And why is this thunder red? What are you waiting for? There was a thunderbolt, a red one. Did you see that? Red thunder? Where's the thunder? Did you not see it? No. Alright, Feng Yang, don't listen to his nonsense. My husband probably saw that the atmosphere was a bit serious, so he deliberately gave a joke to lighten the mood. Oh, so that's it. Let's go first. Okay. Didn't you see it either? The red thunder? Have you lost your mind while you were in seclusion? This joke is funny, don't tell it next time. Thank you, brother Xie Yan, I feel much better now. It seems that I was the only one who could see the red thunder just now. This came after the initiation of life simulation, and I have now entered the simulation world? System, come out and get beaten. Very good, the system panel can't be called. The origin points prompt that pops up from time to time is gone, and all the functions of the system have been disabled. I should really be in the simulation world now. Sis Matriarch, I'm going in. See you in a day. Go ahead. It's a pity that my luck is not good and I can't hold down my realm, otherwise I would have been able to see the demon cave. I just hope that Xie and Xie Yan can gain something and make up for my regrets. This is the demon cave? This is also. It's so big it's beyond imagination. A view of the mountains and rivers, with no boundaries in sight, much like the original Xie ruins. This is just a place for disciples to improve and test themselves. The legendary ancient sects are really more profound than one another. In the past 3 months, I have also found a lot of records about the 9 sects conferences from the Inheritance Elder. According to the records of the ancestors of the Matriarch sect, in most cases, there are only 3 kinds of harmony chambers and the corresponding 3 kinds of puppets in the demon cave. However, there was also a senior who, by chance, found a higher grade Dao harmony chamber where the gatekeeper puppet had the strength of an innate 4th layer martial artist. It's a pity that the senior's cultivation base was weaker, and couldn't beat the gatekeeper puppet. In the end, all the time was spent fighting with the gatekeeper puppet. In the end, the time for the demon cave ran out, and that senior ended up being teleported out without gaining anything. However, after that, no one from the Matriarch sect ever left a record of finding a 4th ranked harmony chamber, and instead, one of the elders wasted all the time searching for this opportunity and ended up with nothing. The matriarch's sister deliberately did not mention this matter, most probably because she did not want people to repeat the same mistake. But with the life simulation of the system, I'm going to have to reset anyway, so why not search the whole cave and see if I can get the special prize? Although it is estimated that if I find it, I will not be able to beat the gatekeeper puppet. But how will I know if I don't try it? There are 2 main tasks for me now. One is to find as much information as possible about the advanced and even 4th grade Dao harmony rooms. Maybe I can try to see whether the harvest can be brought back to reality after receiving the demonic spiritual energy in the simulation world. If it works, I will be able to use the Dao harmony room 2 times. The other one is to find Xie and test it out to see if this cheap old man is really stupid or has ulterior motives. Xie, come out. My lord, have we reached our destination? Yes, as planned, we're going to split up. I'll talk to you about the rules and we'll get straight to work. Oh, okay. After a stick of incense. I see, it's just a treasure hunt. Don't worry, my lord, this is Xie's strong point, I'll get it. Watch as Xie uses a sea of ghosts to level every inch of this cave and find the Dao harmony chamber for the lord. Release, 100 ghosts technique. Hey, everybody, let's go. Then it's up to you, Xie. Looking for things in the vast place, Xie's 100 ghosts is undoubtedly the best solution, maybe soon. What's happening? What's the matter? Why is my little ghost start burning? It should be due to the rules of the demon cave. The suppression here is estimated to be a disaster for creatures below the innate realm. Xie, your little ghost is too weak. This really doesn't give you any chance to cheat. I never thought it would turn out like this. Xie is useless. I don't blame you, after all, it was unexpected, but even so, we have a big advantage over the others. My lord is right, even if there is only one Xie, Xie must help you. Xie has been practicing the shape-shifting spell for a long time, and can use the shape-shifting spell to go to a farther place and search. It's right to think of it that way. Pengu created the world, Noah creates man, clear Qi rises, dirty Qi sinks, shifting spell. Urgent as an order, go! My lord, I'm going. Be careful on the road. Then I'm going to start as well. The entrance of the Tao Harmony Room is almost perfectly blended with the surrounding environment, but there are still some differences. If you look closely, you can find anomalies. It's just that the demon cave is too big, and if you are unlucky, you may not find one by the end of time. Therefore, I must mobilize all the abilities that can be mobilized and find a Tao Harmony Room. Desire for sight, search. Desire for smell, search. Within a radius of 10 miles with me as the center, there is not a single living person. However, I found 7 or 8 things that didn't seem to be in harmony. Were covered up by the surrounding environment, but had no breath of their own. As long as it is abnormal, there is a possibility that it is a Tao Harmony Room. None. Half an hour later. Not a single hit. What a non-competitive experience. Sure enough, it's not that easy. But if it could be found with the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires, the Xie Sect would be going crazy robbing all the chambers. The Matriarch's sister has been thinking too much, now, let alone the sex battle. It would be good to be able to find a Tao Harmony Room. I don't know how things are going with Xie either. My lord, help! Little girl, why are you the only one here? What about senior brother Huayu? What kind of identity did he use while coming here? Why is it Chongling Dao again? And I've been caught by this bad woman. No, I can't waste time here. I have to go back to my lord. What? This little ghost girl is really stiff. Well, the Tao Harmony Room is more important now. Go Huayu and all that. I will have plenty of time to figure it out when I get out. Humph, Xie? Xie, why did you die this time? My lord, why are you falling down? Okay, tell me, what happened? Xie has met the people of Chongling Dao. Xie used the shifting spell to teleport to a place, and before she could start looking, she saw a Chongling Daoist with a ghost nearby. The ghost looked fierce, and Xie was afraid of being bullied, so she prepared to look for another place. Who would have thought that just after changing the place, I met a person from Chongling Dao again, and was chased by a ghost with a snake tail for a long time, and finally got rid of it. And then for the 3rd time, Xie met Yenryu. Then, I blew myself up and came back. See how much your master loves you. Now there is no origin points. Using the finger of Nirvana will be consuming my lifespan. Don't cry, your master will heal you. Thank you, master. Why does Xie always meet people from Chongling Dao? In retrospect, Xie also ran into Yenryu when she used the shape-shifting spell. What does this spell have to do with Chongling Dao? No, it's not necessarily the Chongling Dao, it may be the ghosts. After all, every disciple of Chongling Dao will be accompanied by ghosts. Xie, what should I say about you? This is not a shifting spell, it's more like a ghost hunting spell. It's so unreliable that you just teleport wherever there are ghosts. In this way, the shifting spell is likely to be a spell that teleports to the vicinity of a distant ghost. I don't know if it was not clearly written in the complete collection of ghostly Taoist spell, or if this girl just overlooked it. Forget it. Xie has also worked hard. Come back first. That is, someone has found a Tao Harmony Room. The blue light. According to the records in the booklet given by the Matriarch, it is a 2nd-grade Tao Harmony Room. Enter, not entering, enter. Yenner, you have just entered the innate realm, and your realm is unstable. As your master, I shouldn't be too demanding of you, but now is the time for the sect to flourish, and it is the time to employ people. Among the younger generation, your talent is not inferior to Qin and Xie, because your master does not want to see your light dim in front of them in the future. This time at the 9 Sects Conference, it's best if you can find your own chance. If you can't find it, you'll have to steal a piece of it. You are very talented. Once you fight, under the same cultivation realm, you don't have to be afraid of anyone, even if the opponent is Qin Xingxi or Xie Yan. Of course, they are now in a higher realm than you. What your master means is that if you have an opportunity, if your opponent is in the same realm as you, one word, grab it, believe in yourself. Although master told me that as long as I can find a primary Tao Harmony Room, it is enough. However, since the 2nd-grade Tao Harmony Room is in sight, I can't miss this opportunity. If I miss this one, I won't know when I'll come across it again. I have to take my chance. Inside the secret area of Tao Harmony. Tao Harmony Room, Tao Harmony Room. Dao Harmony Room, there it is. The one who can take care of the puppet guarding the second level of the Dao Harmony Room is most likely an expert at the innate second layer. Someone at the third layer should not be possible. The person at the third layer should look for the third grade room, which is the high-level Dao Harmony Room. It seems that he have experienced a fierce battle, even if it is someone at the innate second layer. If he is seriously injured, he may not be able to fight. Let's try it out first. If the situation is not right, I will turn around and leave. He should not have the heart to chase after me. Great opportunity. This guy really is an innate second layer. From the Xie sect, his mechanical beast is almost scrapped, and his injuries are so bad that he can't fight. You are Qi Chongxin from Supreme Tantra, Wu Yun from Qiliang Cult, and Lu Dongchang from Chongling Dao. Good, thanks to benefactor Xie Yan of the Manhwa sect for inquiring about the truth and reality in this room on behalf of this little monk. This is Dao Harmony Room. I will accept it. Everyone is an innate first layer, and no one can kill anyone, so why break the peace? Why don't you take a step back? Let me have this Dao Harmony Room. I won't poison you. How about it? If you dare to take it from me, you die. 3 people all are innate first layer. I am so excited. Huh! I'm inside. The structure of this Dao Harmony chamber is really strange. One thing leads to another. I had to teleport once to enter the demon cave, but I had to teleport once more to enter the location of the Dao Harmony chamber. The fight is so intense, there is a show to watch. Let me see Yo, I actually met Xie Yan. First layer, still first layer. There are so many innate first layer guys getting together. There's also an innate second layer who is hiding on the side with the intention of being a yellow bird. If it wasn't for me, he would be able to kill this group of rookies in one fell swoop. You're out of luck. Let you admire the magnificence of this master appearance. This extremely oppressive aura is an innate third layer master? How could an innate third layer master be looking at an intermediate Dao Harmony Room? 2 big layers higher than me. My poison is basically ineffective. Innate third layer. Cannot kill. Golden body of the Arhat's Rakshas's retreat. Body reincarnation technique. Insectal double body technique. Illusory bodies by the combination of 3 desires. Why is there a guy from the Demon Sect? Why are you blocking my way if you're running? Demon Sect, damn you all! Body covered in golden rays Rakshas's retreat. Holy shit, I haven't even come out yet. Where is everyone? I haven't made a move yet. What's the matter with you guys? All of you are moving so fast. But what happened to the one who didn't run? He knelt down to beg for mercy? It turned out to be a stand-in. I'm so convinced, these guys really have their own unique skills. Now I have a new understanding of how difficult it is to kill innate powerhouses in the main world. Desire for hearing, attentive listening. There's another one who hasn't escaped. You think I won't know if you're hiding, but the sound of your heartbeat betrays you. Get out of there. It's him, the Mara ancestor is also in the demon cave. Senior, please forgive me, this junior will leave now, to not disturb the senior while using the Dao Harmony Room. Could it be that Mara ancestor is a person from the 9 demonic sects? Who could it be? At such a low level, you dare to confront 3 people by yourself. Junior, you are very brave. Brave but reckless. I'll let you off the hook this time. But you wouldn't have been so lucky if you'd been with someone else other than me. I don't even bother to grab things from juniors, so I'll leave this room to you. Remember to act cautiously in the future. I still don't like the intermediate level Dao Harmony Room, even in the simulation world. If the empowerment effect can be superimposed with reality, wouldn't I be at a loss? In the worst case, I have to use the high-level Dao Harmony Room. It ended up in Xie Yan's favor. Did he let me go? Finishing his job and leaving without revealing his identity. I feel that Mara ancestor may be a hero who has a sense of justice and comes and goes like the wind. I just don't know what kind of face is under his mask. His voice sounded young when I listened closely. I know, the senior must have made too many enemies in the process of being chivalrous and righteous. So he put on a mask to hide from people's eyes, just like the white-browed heroes in the storybook, and the eagle warrior. When I become strong enough, I will definitely come to find your senior. Actually, if you think about it carefully, it seems that my pretending is meaningless. After all the functions of the system are locked now. I can't receive the origin points at all, and there is no fame in the simulation world. I have to go back to work. It's been more than an hour since the 9 sects meeting started, hasn't it? There was no sun, so I couldn't tell the exact time. For such a long time, I haven't found a Dao Harmony Room at all. and I finally saw that one was found by someone else. And it was still the second-level room. I'll just keep looking for the rest of the time. I just don't believe it. I have the true art of Mara and the Changxing Bakwan to strengthen my 5 senses. There's no way I can't find a Dao Harmony room. Got it. There it is, Dao Harmony room, here I come. Ah, this. Why is it another room that has already been covered by someone essay? The breath of 2 people lingers in the environment. But it is faint. It seemed that they had been away for a while. Looking at the size and structure of the guard puppet that was removed, this is still a first-level Dao Harmony room. That's right, this room has been used up for maximum times that can be used for. Damn it, this Dao Harmony room is really hard to find. I finally saw one with my ability, and it was actually used up. However, according to the distance between the 2 Dao Harmony rooms, it can be roughly judged that the distribution of the rooms is very scattered. Since there's already an empty one here, there's probably nothing else nearby. I'd better run a bit further and keep looking again. 2 hours later. Even the evil search method of demolishing mountains and forests was used, but to my surprise, nothing was found. The teleportation spell was useless, and if Qinger flew by herself, it would be difficult to cover a large area, not to mention the high mountains and deep waters. And there were many shelters, and in the end, even a Dao Harmony room could not be found. Obviously this is a one more chance. In the end, it's just a waste of time, and people will laugh at this kind of thing, right? Crap. It's really a matter of chance. Only when the mountains and rivers are exhausted can the willows and flowers be bright. Inside the secret area of Dao Harmony. Surprisingly, Qin Xinzi,